When we reached out, I was thinking 6 weeks from now, you know.
Hell no.
12 weeks from now, Dave was like, cool, next week.
Yo, you call your brother, I come running, man. You know what it is, man. I appreciate that.
Love, man. Appreciate you, man. So I just wanted to sit with you and get some pointers and some ideas. I've never done stand-up. Like, I've never used my life to create material to try to make people laugh.
Oh, okay, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll run down a checklist.
Yep.
All right, and I don't know who's directing it, but you might want to put these things on the lower third.
Ooh, on the lower third?
Yeah.
Put it right
around here. There should be
man.
some words, okay?
See, that's why you come to a master, right there.
Yeah, you know, I know the lingo. The first thing I'll tell you is confidence is key. The reason you should be confident is primarily because you're Will Smith. Like, it's not gonna go bad. No. Because I've been watching you for years. You're actually a funny dude. I've spoken to you before. You're a great conversationalist. Because what else do you really need? All you need to do is pick the right to talk about.
Yeah.
So then number two, pick the right to talk about. And the best advice I got ever doing comedy was from a comedian that was not particularly good, but the advice was very important to me. He said, you are one of these comedians that think you have to be funny all the time. And you don't. But you do have to be interesting all the time.
That's deep.
It works,
I like
man.
that.
Yeah, it is.
You have to be interesting all the time.
So you just gotta look at it like you're conducting a conversation with no rebuttal.
Got it.
They're talking back with their laughter, or in many cases, in my case, their disapproval. It's definite. You know, but especially someone of your stature, if they can feel you, they'll never forget you. They'll be like, okay, this is the greatest that's ever happened. And you can tell them about anything. The more embarrassing it is, the more relatable you are, because because everyone thinks you're perfect. Nobody's perfect, but it's fun to be self-aware in front of people, and then a lot of times they forgive themselves for something. Just hearing somebody work through something.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's fun.
I've had a lot of historical wins, so people are used to me doing things well. So when I do something that's not well, it's like it breaks an image. I want to be able to be free to fail. I think I've earned the right for gigantic public failure.
The beauty is in the attempt. The fact that you're trying to do it, you're enamored with it.
The other thing is if you set up what you're doing, like this is part of my bucket list. Things I've always wanted to do, things I've been afraid of. So I'm jumping out of a helicopter, I'm doing stand-up.
And I'm Kathy Griffin.
Yeah. And it's never been more dangerous.
Hello, Q-Tip.
Yo! What's up, boy? Yeah.
It's Will.
I got your shades on.
What's up, man?
Man, I ain't got no CeeLo dice, though.
I know, hey, listen, I was like, if that's tip, you got, trust me, we in Vegas, we gonna easily get 3 dice.
There you go.
This is CeeLo King.
Yo, them dice.
Don't let the smoke
Dice.
taste fool you.
Listen, they just
They'll
do.
take all your money.
They just let the dice do. They do what I want them to do. They do what I want them to do.
1, 2. Hold up, boom, get the right angle, bam, bam, ooh, bam, damn, that's hot. So yeah, we just back from Vegas. So it was good, it was a good trip. I'm feeling very excited. All right, can I be honest with y'all? I'm just testing the camera. This is my first, it's a new camera, so I really don't have nothing to say. I'm just testing the camera.
The stand-up is about exploring my life, having the opportunity to think about my life and think about my experiences in a way to craft them into jokes is a beautiful self-exploration.
with me being the source of the material, I just need help mining my life and mining my experiences to be able to structure them into a routine. I got a sense of the type of stand-up I'll do. I think I'm a straight storyteller. It's not jokes for me as much as it's stories.
As a fan, I kind of wanted him to talk about stuff that I want to know, you know, like how he feels about his family's success and how his family is growing and how they're all superstars. Talk about some close things that people really haven't heard about on stage. So it's gonna be really intimate. It's gonna be a door opening into Will's life.
It's my morning walk. I usually take a morning walk out at the house. Jada turned the whole damn house into a set. See that? Look at all that. What the is that doing? What is she shooting on the roof? Y'all see that? That's my house. I have lost control of my house.
Tell us the real reason, the deeper reason for you as to why you are doing this.
You've known me for a really long time. You've known me for more than half of my life.
Absolutely.
You know how much fear I function under.
Absolutely.
The construction of the character of Will Smith was in order to not be scared. On the show, the way that I talked to women, the fun that I would have as a character talking to women was because of how freaking terrified I was my whole life to talk to women. What I've discovered is as I confront every little fear, it's how I build freedom. Every time I confront a fear, I feel more free.
What's up?
In my mind, there's a huge potential emotional tragedy in people going, I'm getting nervous.
Are you?
We're getting close. Yeah, I'm actually getting nervous. I'm gonna learn something about myself. One of the things I'm already clear about is I care too much what people think about me. Like there's something I have to earn from people, like addicted to adoration. Like I thought I had broken that, but as I can see, I still struggle with a little bit of a need for approval. The nerves around being judged are huge for me. It's been a big part of the difficulty in experiencing the joy that I want to experience in this life. And even doing the stand-up, if it sucks, it sucks, but I'm not going to allow the fear of the disapproval of others to keep me from living the way I want.
The good news is, fear is good for comedy.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's the best.
I need that.
One of the best shows I ever seen, a guy that went on was terrified.
Love it. All right.
Yeah, no,
Good.
that's good.
So I'm lined up for that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely lined up for that.
The other thing is you gotta remember, you're a big star.
Yep.
If you look anybody directly in the eyes, they might look away.
Wow.
That's the power of celebrity. And you're a good dude. You don't have to put on any airs. You don't have to, you just, whatever. You know, I mean, being a good dude in comedy, that's rare.
Yeah.
Comic's an ass. You gonna love it, man. Hello.
What's up, man? What's happening? Whoa, hey, that's very bright.
All right, paparazzi, I'll meet you at the next place.
I keep thinking in the wrong one.
We got Kitten guests.
Yeah. Man.
Sorry, I'm smoking in your car. Painfully addicted to nicotine. You know the hardest part for acting with me? Not looking in the camera.
Not looking up.
I can't even do the basics.
Do you have any comments about Kanye West running for president?
What?
Kanye West running for president.
I've heard nothing about this man.
Oh, really?
No, I haven't heard anything about this.
Okay.
Man.
All right.
Well, hopefully we'll get the right celebrity in office.
Yes. Can you, Will Smith, or you run for president?
You would vote for me if I ran?
I would.
All right,
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna consider it. I'm gonna take that under advisement.
Please.
And I'll be the vice president. That way, nothing bad will happen to Will.
Oh my gosh, that is wonderful.
A rock and a hard place.
I love you guys.
We have to make a movie together.
That will be hilarious.
Hey man, what's my last minute pep talk?
You said something to me in Vegas that I've been thinking about since you said it, about confronting fear, like that's what your life's about.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a great way to live.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that is so admirable about it is, even myself, I rarely step out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, you know who makes me nervous when they're in the audience?
Who?
Eddie Murphy.
Really?
Yeah, I don't get starstruck and something about when I see him in an audience.
Really?
It makes me feel bad about myself. Because I know he's better than me.
Yeah.
Even though he don't do it anymore, I'm like, yeah, you're naturally more gifted.
Eddie's hilarious, man. The Godfather.
Yeah, he's a wild dude.
Growing up with Eddie Murphy, I was from the Eddie Murphy generation, and it was just a superpower. It was magic to be able to stand on stage and make people feel like that.
Even though it's 1982, it's still a risky business to be the first black president. You have to give speeches like this. My fellow Americans.
Eddie Murphy was the singular image of what a young black man could become. And he didn't compromise his blackness. It's like, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it like that.
Feel that energy? Feels good in here, doesn't it? Well, don't forget, herpes is in the room.
I've definitely used fear to overcome my internal and personal weaknesses. How can I use the negative emotion that I'm experiencing and direct it toward positive outcomes?
I want to bring another guy up to the stage. This guy is actually his first time doing stand-up, but I don't know, something about this guy. I feel like he might have a future in it. And every once in a while, as the host, you got to go with your gut. So please give this next gentleman a warm round of applause. Make some noise for what's his face.
I know y'all like, what the hell is Will doing up there? Let me explain. It's my 50th birthday next week, yeah. And I've decided I'm gonna do every damn thing I've ever wanted to do in my life. I'm gonna meet everybody I wanna meet and go everywhere I wanna go, So this is one of the first things on my bucket list, to do stand-up. Next week, I'm bungee jumping out of a helicopter over the Grand Canyon on my actual birthday. Third episode, I'm gonna have sex with Kathy Griffin. Dave made me say that. It's really a new time in my life. My kids all grown, my family, they all doing their thing. And, I've kind of lost control of my house. Like Jada, she's shooting her show, the Red Table Talks. Have y'all seen that? Red Table Talk. Oh yeah, you saw it, yeah. No, you can enjoy it because she's not telling all your business. Yeah, Jada giving it up on Red Table Talk, boy. Sorry, babe. Because my wife, Jada's here. She's right here. I wasn't expecting Jada to be here. I wasn't expecting to have to say it in front of you. You,
Back to the script.
I'm not, Oh man. Even Jaden, like Jaden, that's my dog. Jaden was my one family member I thought I was gonna have. He got this new joint, Icon. I don't know if y'all heard what you call an icon living. Start a record label, Misfits. Yo, that joint is crazy. He recorded it in my house, put it out, and never said to me. I found out on Spotify. And I'm looking on my playlist, like, new music from Jaden Smith. Like, who the is Jaden Smith? You know, and I get to the house. I'm like, yo, Jaden, dude, that Icon joint is fire. He's talking about, shh, mommy's shooting in the other room. So I'm like, hey, yo, Jaden, man, that joint is hot. Yo, hey, you think I could jump on that remix? He talking about, I was like, he just looked at me like I'm the second best rapper in my house. So I waited for him to go to sleep. I went in the studio, I jumped on the remix anyway. Boy, you know why you was an icon living? You was born from an icon living. While he was still asleep, I just got all my Grammys and put them all over the house. He came down for breakfast in the morning. I'm drinking my coffee out my summertime Grammy. I'm petty. Like, I'm not even gonna front. I'm petty. I come from a long line of petty Smiths. My father was petty. I remember when Independence Day came out, and it was like, he had broke all the records and all of that, and global, biggest movie, everything. And my phone rings at 3 o'clock in the morning. He like, hey. I'm like, yo, Dad, what's up? Hey, man, you see these numbers? I was like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, Dad. I ain't seen it. Hey, remember I told you there ain't no such thing as luck. Remember I told you that? I'm like, yeah, Dad, man, I remember. Remember I told you there ain't no such thing as luck, only what you make. Remember I told you that? Dad, I remember. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Remember I told you there ain't no such thing as luck. Luck is when opportunity meets preparation. Remember I told you that? I'm like, yeah, Dad. He said, that's bull. You the luckiest mother I ever met in my life. I'm Will Smith. Thank you very much.
What I've discovered is if you are comfortable, you're not growing, and that's real. As I confront every little fear, it's how I build freedom. Every time I confront a fear, I feel more free. It's what Buddha called sublime detachment. Life is so much fun when you don't give a
Performance so fun, top of my game, the sound of my name rings like the cock of a clock. Explain my fame easy, I just shock them a lot. I first fake left, move right. All it takes is you to underestimate me, then my ego ignite. When I walk to the stage, it's like a big fight. It's all cheers, no cheers. I've been gigging for years.
I was just about to close my laptop. I really was. The screen was dimming, my hand was on the mouse, and I had already said goodnight to the room. But then, I saw the title again. Just 2 words. Dave Chappelle. A 7th video. A different version. More of his truth, more of his wisdom, more of the man behind the jokes. And I couldn't walk away. Not from him. Not when he's talking like this. Not when he's sharing the kind of insights that most people spend their whole lives searching for, but never find. So I pressed play. And now here I am, hours later, because this man has done it to me again. He's made me think, he's made me feel, he's made me look at my own life, and ask myself what I'm running from, and what I'm running toward. Let me tell you about this one. Let me walk you through it, every single minute of it. The video starts quietly, no music, no flashy graphics, just Dave. He's sitting on a couch, not a fancy couch, a comfortable couch, the kind you sink into. He's wearing a simple hoodie, no hat, no sunglasses, no jewelry. He looks tired, not the tired of someone who hasn't slept, the tired of someone who has been thinking hard, thinking about things that don't have easy answers. He's not looking at the camera. He's looking down at his hands. He's thinking. He's remembering. And then he starts talking. His voice is low, quiet. Not the voice he uses on stage. A private voice. A voice he doesn't share with the world very often. He says, "I've been thinking a lot about the concept of home. What it means. Where it is. How you find it. And I've realized that home is not a place. It's not a house. It's not a city. It's not a country. Home is a feeling. It's a sense of belonging. It's knowing that you're safe, that you're understood, that you're loved. And I've been lucky. I found home in a few places. In a few people. In a few moments. But I've also lost home. I've been uprooted. I've been displaced. I've been reminded that home is fragile, that it can be taken away. And that's made me appreciate it more. That's made me fight for it more." He pauses. He looks up. He's looking at the camera now. Right at me. Right at you. He says, "I grew up in Washington, D.C. That was home. Then I moved to New York. That became home. Then I moved to Ohio. That became home. And each time, I had to build something new. I had to find new people, new places, new routines. And it was hard. It was lonely. I didn't know anyone. I didn't know how things worked. I didn't know the unspoken rules. But I learned. I watched. I listened. I made mistakes. I got laughed at. I got rejected. But I kept going. Because that's what you do. You keep going. You keep building. You keep fighting. You don't give up." He shifts on the couch. He pulls his knees up. He looks smaller, younger, more vulnerable. He says, "I think about the people who have been my home. My mother. She was my home for a long time. When the world was telling me I didn't belong, she told me I did. When the world was telling me I wasn't enough, she told me I was. When the world was telling me to be quiet, she told me to speak. And she protected me. She protected me from a system that wanted to destroy me. She protected me from a father who couldn't be there. She protected me from the fear and the confusion and the pain of growing up in between. And I owe her everything. Everything I am, everything I've become, is because of her." He leans forward. His voice gets softer, more intense. He says, "I think about my wife. She's been my home for a long time. She knew me before the fame. She knew me when I had nothing. And she's seen me go through everything. The highs, the lows, the madness, the silence. She's seen me at my best and at my worst, and she's still here. She still chooses me, every day, and that's home. That's what home feels like. Being chosen, being seen, being loved, not for what you have, for who you are." He pauses. He takes a breath. His eyes are wet. He says, "I think about my kids. They're my home now. When I look at them, I see the future. I see hope. I see a reason to keep going. And I want to give them what my mother gave me, a sense of belonging, a sense of safety, a sense that they are enough, not because of what they do, because of who they are. And that's my job now, to be home for them, to show them what home feels like, to teach them that home is not a place. It's a feeling. It's a choice. It's a commitment." He looks at the camera, straight into it. He says, "I've been homeless, not in the way that people think, not without a roof over my head, but without a sense of belonging, without a place where I felt safe, without people who understood me, And that's a different kind of homelessness, a kind that you can't see, a kind that you can't fix with a house or a bed or a meal, a kind that only love can heal. And I've been lucky. I found love. I found home. And I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. He leans back. He takes a breath. He says, so here's what I want to say. If you're looking for home, stop looking for a place. Start looking for people. People who see you. People who hear you. People who love you. Not for what you can do for them, for who you are. And they're out there. They're waiting for you. You just have to be brave enough to find them. Brave enough to let them in. Brave enough to stay. He wipes his eyes. He doesn't hide it. He says, I'm still building my home. Every day, every relationship, every conversation. I'm still learning what it means to belong, to be seen, to be loved. And I'm not perfect. I never will be. But I'm trying. I'm trying to be home for the people I love, to show up, to be present, to be real, to be kind, to be patient, to be forgiving, because that's what home is. It's not a place. It's a person. It's a choice. It's a commitment. It's love. He pauses. He takes a sip of water. He says, I think about the people who have no home, the ones who are lost, the ones who are alone, the ones who have been rejected and forgotten. And I want them to know that they are not alone, that there are people out there who will see them, who will hear them, who will love them, that they are worthy of home, that they deserve to belong, that they are enough. He looks at the camera one more time. He says, that's what I've learned. That's what I want to pass on. Home is not a place. It's a feeling. It's a sense of belonging. It's knowing that you're safe, that you're understood, that you're loved. And it's available to everyone, not just the rich, not just the famous, everyone. You just have to be brave enough to find it, brave enough to build it, brave enough to fight for it. He reaches out. His hand touches the camera. The video ends, and I'm just sitting here, in the dark, my living room, my blanket, my cold tea, my tired eyes, my wet cheeks, about the man behind the jokes, about his search for home, about the people who have been his home. I think about what he said about home not being a place. It's a feeling, a sense of belonging, knowing that you're safe, that you're understood, that you're loved. That's what we're all searching for. That's what we all need. And it's so fragile, so precious, so easy to lose, and so worth fighting for. I think about his mother, being his home, when the world told him he didn't belong, when the world told him he wasn't enough, when the world told him to be quiet. She protected him. She loved him. She gave him a sense of belonging. That's a gift. That's a legacy. That's something to be grateful for. I think about his wife, choosing him every day, seeing him at his best and his worst, still here, still loving him, not for what he has, for who he is. That's home. That's what home feels like, being chosen, being seen, being loved. I think about his kids, being his home now, his reason to keep going, his hope for the future. He wants to give them what his mother gave him, a sense of belonging, a sense of safety, a sense that they are enough. That's the cycle of love. That's the legacy of home. I think about what he said about being homeless in a different way. Not without a roof, without a sense of belonging, without a place where he felt safe, without people who understood him. That's a kind of homelessness that many of us have felt, and it can only be healed by love, by finding people who see us, who hear us, who love us, not for what we can do for them, for who we are. That's the video. That's the commentary. That's what I've been sitting with for the past however long, 30 minutes, maybe more. I lost track. Because this video made me think about things I hadn't thought about in years, about home and belonging, about the people who have been my home, and the people I need to be home for, about the fragility of home and the courage it takes to build it. And now I think I'll go to bed, but I won't sleep, not right away. I'll lie there staring at the ceiling, thinking about Dave Chappelle, about his quiet voice and his wet eyes and his search for home, about his mother and his wife and his kids, about the people who have been my home and the people I need to be home for. And maybe, just maybe, I'll think about my own sense of belonging, about the people who see me, who hear me, who love me, not for what I can do for them, for who I am. I'll thank them. I'll hold them close. I'll never take them for granted. I'll think about the people who are lost, who are alone, who have been rejected and forgotten, and I'll try to be home for them, to see them, to hear them, to love them, not for what they can do for me, for who they are, because that's what home is, that's what love is, that's what we all need. Good night, for real this time. No more scrolling, no more videos, just me and the ceiling and the memory of Dave Chappelle's quiet voice and his wet eyes and his call to build home, and the hope that somewhere, in a world full of loneliness and displacement and searching, there are people who are finding home, people who are building home, people who are being home for each other, people who are free. I was just about to close my laptop. I really was. The screen was dimming, my hand was on the mouse, and I had already said goodnight to the room. But then I saw the title again. Just 2 words. Dave Chappelle. An 8th video. A different version. More intimate. More raw. More of the man behind the legend. And I couldn't resist. Because when Dave Chappelle speaks, you listen. Not because he's famous. Because he's wise. Because he's been through things. Because he's willing to say what most people are afraid to even think. So I pressed play, and now here I am, hours later, because this man has done it to me again. He's made me think, he's made me feel, he's made me believe that even in a world full of noise and nonsense, there are still people who are willing to tell the truth. Let me tell you about this one. Let me walk you through it. Every single minute of it. The video starts quietly. No music, no flashy graphics, just Dave. He's sitting on a couch, not a fancy couch, a comfortable couch, the kind you sink into. He's wearing a simple hoodie, no hat, no sunglasses, no jewelry. He looks tired, not the tired of someone who hasn't slept, the tired of someone who has been thinking hard, thinking about things that don't have easy answers. He's not looking at the camera, he's looking down at his hands. He's thinking, he's remembering, and then he starts talking. His voice is low, quiet, not the voice he uses on stage, a private voice, a voice he doesn't share with the world very often. He says, I've been thinking a lot about silence, about the things we don't say, about the things we're afraid to say, about the things we wish we had said, and I've realized that silence can be a weapon, it can be a shield, it can be a prison, and most of us, we walk around with words trapped inside us, words that need to be spoken, words that would set us free. But we're afraid. Afraid of the consequences. Afraid of being judged. Afraid of being rejected. Afraid of being misunderstood. So we stay silent. And the silence, it grows. It becomes heavier. It becomes harder to bear. And eventually, it becomes a part of us. A weight that we carry every day. He pauses. He looks up. He's looking at the camera now. Right at me. Right at you. He says, I've been silent when I should have spoken. I've held back when I should have let go. I've swallowed words that needed to be said. And I've regretted it. I've regretted the silence more than I've ever regretted speaking. Because when you speak, at least you know. At least you tried. At least you were brave. But when you stay silent, you're left with nothing. Just the weight of the words you never said. Just the ghost of the conversation you never had. He shifts on the couch. He pulls his knees up. He looks smaller, younger, more vulnerable. He says, I think about the conversations I should have had with my father. He's gone now, and there are things I never said, things I wish I had said, things that would have made a difference, things that would have healed something in both of us. But I was scared. I was stubborn. I was proud. And I stayed silent. And now it's too late. The silence is permanent, and I have to live with that. He leans forward. His voice gets softer, more intense. He says, I think about the conversations I've had with my wife, the hard ones, the ones where I had to admit I was wrong, the ones where I had to ask for forgiveness, the ones where I had to be vulnerable. And those conversations, those hard conversations, they've saved us. They've brought us closer. They've made our love stronger. Because we didn't stay silent. We spoke. Even when it was hard. Even when it was scary. Even when we didn't want to. He pauses. He takes a breath. His eyes are wet. He says, I think about the conversations I've had with my kids. The ones where I have to explain the world to them. The ones where I have to prepare them for the pain. The ones where I have to tell them that people will judge them for the color of their skin. Those conversations are hard. They're heartbreaking. They're necessary. And I can't stay silent. I can't protect them from the truth. I have to speak. I have to prepare them. I have to give them the words they'll need to survive. He looks at the camera, straight into it. He says, silence is comfortable. It's easy. It's safe. But it's also a trap. It keeps us small. It keeps us separate. It keeps us from connecting. And the only way out is to speak. To say the hard things. To have the hard conversations. To be brave. To be vulnerable. To risk being misunderstood. Because on the other side of that fear is freedom. On the other side of that silence is connection. On the other side of that risk is love. He leans back. He takes a breath. He says, I've learned that the most important conversations are the ones we're most afraid to have. The ones about race, about pain, about loss, about love, about forgiveness, about death, about God, about what really matters. Those conversations are hard. They're messy, they're uncomfortable, but they're also the ones that change us, the ones that heal us, the ones that bring us together. He wipes his eyes. He doesn't hide it. He says, I've been in rooms where people were silent about things that mattered, where people were afraid to speak up, where people were more concerned with being polite than being real. And those rooms, they felt dead. They felt hollow. They felt like everyone was performing. And I've been in rooms where people spoke the truth, where they said the hard things, where they were vulnerable and real. And those rooms, they felt alive. They felt connected. They felt like home. He pauses. He takes a sip of water. He says, so here's what I want to say. Don't be afraid of the hard conversations. Don't be afraid of the truth. Don't be afraid of being vulnerable. Speak. Say the things that need to be said. Have the conversations that need to be had. Even if it's scary, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it might cost you, because the cost of silence is higher. The cost of silence is your soul. The cost of silence is your freedom. The cost of silence is your life. He looks at the camera one more time. He says, I'm still learning. Every day, every conversation, every moment, I'm still learning how to speak, how to be vulnerable, how to be real. And I'm not perfect. I never will be. But I'm trying. I'm trying to say the hard things, to have the hard conversations, to be brave, to be honest, to be free. And that's all any of us can do. Try, speak, connect, love. He reaches out, his hand touches the camera. The video ends, and I'm just sitting here, in the dark, my living room, my blanket, my cold tea, my tired eyes, my wet cheeks, thinking about Dave Chappelle, about the man behind the jokes, about the silence he's carried and the words he's finally speaking. I think about what he said about silence being a weapon, a shield, a prison. That's so true. We use silence to protect ourselves, to avoid conflict, to keep the peace. But the peace we keep is often fake. It's surface level. It's a lie. And underneath it, the things we're not saying fester, they grow, they become heavier, and eventually they poison everything. I think about what he said, about the conversations he should have had with his father. The things that would have made a difference. The things that would have healed something. And now, it's too late. The silence is permanent. That's a grief that doesn't go away. That's a lesson that stays with you. Speak now. Say it now. Don't wait until it's too late. I think about what he said about the hard conversations with his wife, the ones where he had to admit he was wrong, the ones where he had to ask for forgiveness, the ones where he had to be vulnerable. Those conversations saved them. They brought them closer. They made their love stronger. Because they didn't stay silent. They spoke. even when it was hard, even when it was scary. I think about what he said about the conversations with his kids, the ones where he has to explain the world, prepare them for the pain, tell them that people will judge them for the color of their skin. Those conversations are hard, they're heartbreaking, they're necessary, and he can't stay silent. He has to speak, he has to prepare them, he has to give them the words they'll need to survive. I think about what he said about the most important conversations being the ones we're most afraid to have, the ones about race, about pain, about loss, about love, about forgiveness, about death, about what really matters. Those conversations are hard, they're messy, they're uncomfortable, but they're also the ones that change us, the ones that heal us, the ones that bring us together. That's the video, that's the commentary, that's what I've been sitting with for the past however long, 30 minutes, maybe more. I lost track. Because this video made me think about things I hadn't thought about in years, about silence and speech, about the words we swallow and the words we need to say, about the cost of staying quiet and the freedom of speaking. And now, I think I'll go to bed. But I won't sleep, not right away. I'll lie there, staring at the ceiling, thinking about Dave Chappelle, about his quiet voice and his wet eyes and his call to speak. About his father and his wife and his kids, about the hard conversations he's had and the ones he wishes he had. And maybe, just maybe, I'll think about my own silences, about the words I've swallowed, about the conversations I've avoided, about the things I need to say to the people I love. I'll think about the hard conversations I've been afraid to have, the ones about race, about pain, about loss, about love, about forgiveness, about what really matters, and I'll try to be brave, to speak, to have the conversation, even if it's hard, even if it's scary, even if it might cost me. I'll think about what he said, that the cost of silence is higher. The cost of silence is your soul. The cost of silence is your freedom. The cost of silence is your life. And I'll try to break my silence, to say the things that need to be said, to have the conversations that need to be had, to be brave, to be vulnerable, to be real, to be free. Good night. For real this time. No more scrolling, no more videos, just me and the ceiling, and the memory of Dave Chappelle's quiet voice, and his wet eyes, and his call to speak, and the hope that somewhere, in a world full of silence and fear and swallowed words, there are people who are speaking, people who are having the hard conversations, people who are being brave, people who are being vulnerable, people who are being real, people who are free.